Doves.
And I just won.
No, you didn't, girl. I won first.
Oh, you, okay. Hey everyone, I'm Jar Javannah, host of When Creatives Connect, and I have an exclusive interview here with 91 Thompson.
What's good? How you
I'm
doing?
so glad that you're here. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. It's hot as hell, but I'm good.
You know, we
For
here in
sure.
Texas, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me on the show, for taking the time out to be here. We're gonna have some fun, but before we get started into learning a little bit more about who you are, we're gonna play a game of Connect 4. Ready?
Easy Doves. Let's get it.
And then on top of that, too, we're gonna be doing a segment I like to call Quickfire.
Cool. Let's get it.
Alrighty now, so
Bet.
I'm excited to play Connect 4 with you, okay? But for those of you who are watching, you know I love to play this game, Quickfire. This is where I ask rapid fire questions to my special guest.
Let's get it.
Okay, so.
You going first?
I'll go first.
Go first.
So, can you let me know, what is your favorite NBA team and your favorite player?
The Dallas Mavericks are my favorite NBA team. LeBron's actually my favorite player though, but Luka is too, for sure.
Okay, so how you feel about them not actually winning?
I really wanted to fight Jason Tatum, I ain't gonna lie to you. But, you know, I just wanted to get one punch and he whooped my ass with, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna try to focus on this game while also trying to do this too anyway. So, what's your go-to drink when you go outside?
My go-to drink? Red Bull vodka.
Red Bull vodka.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap. These questions gonna distract my fucking ass.
I know, right? It's distracting me, but it's okay. Okay. All right. So, if you could collaborate with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Tupac.
Tupac. R.I.P. Tupac.
Doves.
And I just won.
No, you didn't, girl. I won first.
Oh, you.
The shit, boy, she was talking that hot shit. She said, boom, and I just won.
That is so crazy. I did not see that. Anyways, all right, we're gonna play again.
Yeah, let's play again.
What is something random that you do that people wouldn't know or suspect?
Something random that I do that people wouldn't know. So I like I'm a big history person. So I'll like, you know who Bonnie and Clyde are and shit like that. So like I'll go and like I went to go see where they got shot and killed at in Louisiana. So I'll go do shit like that. But most people don't like going to do shit like that. So I'll just go do it by my damn self.
What's your go-to cuisine? If you could eat just one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Did you go? Did I go?
Yeah, no, it's yours.
Okay.
My go-to, I ain't gonna lie, I'll fuck up some Mexican food. So the street tacos, we'll go with that, because that shit is undefeated.
Okay, so last question. Are you excited to perform at the 127 Creative Brunch?
Oh, bro, yeah, beyond. I love to perform. So the moment they were like, hey, we got this event, we want you to go, so I was like, shit, let's lock it in. So yeah, I'm hella excited. I don't really know what to expect. I know it's like during the day. I think that was like be the first show I've ever done during the day. Ever. So
well, I'm all for it. Doing stuff during the day, because I be feeling like an old lady sometimes. I don't want to be outside rolling late at night.
Nah, yeah, we're gonna be outside for show next weekend. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. Yeah. Go ahead. Doves.
No. Well, you beat me twice. I don't like that. That's okay.
Look, in her defense, my goofy ass got the app on my phone, so I can't even blame her for that shit. Cause I really be out here. I'm like that, like for real. Connect 4. Anybody else want this smoke? Y'all get this shit too. Anything.
Well, obviously you beat me at Connect 4, which is okay because you're my guest. But now we can.
You let me win.
No, you still did a little bit. You was a little bit more focused than I was.
Yeah, I was locked in.
You were definitely locked in. Okay, so now that we're here, I want to get to know you a little bit more. I want you to just talk about who you are, the name. Where did you get this name, and where you're from?
So my name, I got it 91 Thompson. 91 is the year I was born, and Thompson is the last name of my brother that passed away when I was 15. So I just attached those two. Like, I looked up to that dude more than anything in the world, but you know, every day is like, all right, cool. If I win, he wins. So that's the biggest reason. Name myself that. And where I'm from, I was a military kid, so I moved around a lot. I was born in Arizona, moved to California, Michigan, Louisiana, and then here. So all over the place, but mainly East Texas. East Texas for sure. That's where I claim I'm from.
So what does East Texas mean to you?
East Texas is everything, bro. Like, I got in trouble so much out there, bro, and should have been in way more trouble than I actually was in, but that's why I got the 903 tag. That's the area code out there. But I love East Texas, all my boys out there. I'm overly loyal as a person, but so that's why I'm always go out there, always hang out with my dogs. But yeah, I love East Texas to death.
Okay, let's talk about your music. Can you describe to me, what does Red Dirt R&B, what is that? For those who ain't never heard that genre, because I ain't never heard that before.
No. So Red Dirt Country is a brand of country that's mainly based around Texas, around so Pegasus and the Rooftops, Kobe Cooper, Dylan Willard, Co Wetzel, a lot of those big country stars. And pretty much what I do, since I'm not like overly country, but you know, I grew up listening to a lot of R&B, you know, from my dad and my mom and stuff like that. So, you know, that's the style that we kind of meshed together. And, you know, it's not fully known yet, but here pretty soon it will be. Absolutely.
Okay, so I know there was a point that you were rapping. What made you make the transition?
I don't want to sit over here and say like I'll never rap again, because like I said, Pac's one of my favorite, if not my favorite artist ever. So I'm always had that element to me for sure. But when it comes to, you know, I was already writing country songs for other people, like while I was rapping and shit like that. Cause I just, you know, I was around it. Obviously my manager Craig, he, you know, found Pecos, one of the biggest bands in Texas. So I was around it a lot. So there's a lot of money in it, a lot of money in songwriting. So I'm like, okay, you know, you see Shabuzi and everything going off. He's like, oh shit, if I'm writing this song, I think the biggest song I wrote is for this artist, Justin Champagne. It's got 12, 13 million streams. I'm just like, wow, I'm gonna start writing this shit for myself. So that's the big reason why I made the transition. But also, you know, again, I'm from East Texas, so I've always been around it.
Okay, I mean, that's very beautiful for you to really appreciate where you're from.
Yeah, for sure.
Allow that to be a part of like who you are as an artist as well. So can you share with me any memorable experiences, stories from your journey, and like where did you actually start from in making music?
Well, after, you know, when I was like 15, I was you know, my mom first, because she was like, hey, I'm gonna get a studio built in the garage so you can stop being in your little bit brother's room, hooping and hollering and all that bullshit. So she did all that shit. My uncle built it in there, and she gave me a little studio. It's like $70-something, like studio setup. And then after a while, I was like, you know what, I need to upgrade. So I was selling my clothes, my video games, all that shit, and I just went to go upgrade all my equipment. And then I put out this mixtape out in East Texas called Days After Thursday, and the shit just took off over there. Again, I was 19. I didn't know how to deal with that bullshit. So I was like, I was out there being all kinds of reckless. But I got found by this guy, shout out Tyler Davis, in Shreveport, but he moved me out to Shreveport. He said, I'll buy you everything. Just come out here and move with me and my wife, and we'll get you everything. I was like, all right, cool. So I did that, and I put out another project. It got to 34 on iTunes, all the way up to that. And that's when I got introduced to him after that, and some people out in LA around Usher and stuff like that.
All right.
So, but my producer in LA passed away. He actually drove Usher to LaFace Records when he was 14 years old. So he was really close to Usher, and after that happened, Usher was like, look, you know, we want to try to help Phantom, you know, I feel bad for everything that happened. So we're trying to work out some stuff with that right now. Still kind of in the works, but as far as everybody we've been around and all the experiences and shit like that, like, I am not where I want to be yet, but I'm so damn appreciative for everything that I've gotten to do up to this point. Because I mean, the 15-year-old me, if he would have told him, hey, you're gonna have over 20 million streams and songs that you've written for people. You're gonna be around some of the biggest stars in Texas. You're gonna be around, you know, Usher's gonna know who you are and shit like that, know your name. Like that shit would have been like, oh damn, okay, I made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm still climbing, still, you know, even appreciative to be, you know, sitting here in front of you, you know, interviewing and talking about this shit is a blessing. So I'm just appreciative for all of it.
Okay. I'd like to know how, like, what's your affiliation with Greater Than Distribution? Like, how did that all happen?
So Greater Than is just they're my distribution company, but they act as a label too. So, but yeah, they found Sway first, my producer, who does everything for me, energy engineering, all that shit like that. But they found him and they were like, hey, you work with this artist 91? He was like, yeah. So they got both of us on board with that. Okay. So I mean, that was the extent of that. But they're really dope. Anything I need help with, I'm like, hey, you know, we need this uploaded, we need this, blah blah blah. They always got me. So appreciative for them.
Okay, so let's finally talk about your new release single, Time Machine.
Time Machine.
Okay, tell me about the inspiration for that song and also the music video, like the entire process. I want to know. I'm really interested in the artist's journey, but like, I want to know, what's the process of you making the music?
So this one is weird. This is probably the weirdest example of writing a song, but I was at my boy's show, Cade. We were actually in Missouri at one of his shows, and we were on the Sprinter van on the way back, and I'm sitting in the back, and we wake up the next morning, I'm hungover as hell. I feel like dog shit. And this is a 9-hour drive back, and I'm sitting over here like, oh my God, bro. And then I was just listening to beats on YouTube, and that beat popped up, the guitar strum, and I was like, and then just for some reason, because I was trying to tell myself, I need to stop drinking, and blah blah blah. Like I was telling myself all these promises that I have not lived up to.
Everybody always said it.
always. So I had all these promises. And I was like, man, bro, I need to chill out, bro. I need to blah, 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 all this. And then just the words and the melody just were hitting my head. I was like, oh my God, I hope he stopped. Because I have like 1,200 voice recordings on my phone. And I'll just mumble the melody so I don't forget it.
Yeah.
And I was sitting over there, I was like, can you use it first? And I was like, hey, we're gonna stop for gas. I was like, fuck yeah. So I had to hurry up and write the whole thing on my phone. And I wrote the whole entire thing on my phone. And as soon as we got back, I went, because I have a studio shit at my crib. I recorded the entire thing and I sent it to him. I was like, what y'all think about this? Because I never made a song like that before.
Yeah.
Because I sent it, I was like, should I send this to Justin? And Cray and Sway was like, you better not fucking send that song to nobody else. He said, you better keep that shit yourself. So I was like, all right, bet. And that was in November of last year. And we just now released it because we just didn't know. But yeah, that's what it was. I just sat in my room, knocked it out, and I was like, I don't know if this song's for me because it's so different. And like, nah, bro, keep it. Like, it's you. So that was the process. Hungover.
I mean, sometimes that's just like the best times. You know, you're just thinking about all sorts of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, can you share with me any challenges or setbacks that you've had since starting this music journey?
I mean, any setbacks, anything like that I've had, I mean, there's just normal setbacks for everybody. Life is not, you don't get to make appointments with adversity at all, because none of us will grow. So you have to kind of learn. So like specifically, I don't know like anything like that. I'm just like, if shit happened, you know, it was supposed to happen.
And that's what happened.
Exactly, like the shit was supposed to happen. So, you know.
So what advice would you give to any artist and when aspiring to be someone like you, or even to get into Red Dirt R&B?
I mean, for one, if you're an artist, do not look at what somebody else is doing. It's like, well, they got there at 19, you know, I'm 27, you know, why haven't I got there yet? Who gives a fuck, bro? That's not you. That wasn't your journey. It's not your time. And if I would have made it at 21, oh, my ass would have been out there at 22. For sure. Like, there's no way, because I wouldn't have been able to grasp, like, understanding, hey, priorities, bro. Priorities. Don't worry about chasing this girl. You know, focus on this. That gets a lot of people. I mean, you got everybody telling you God's gift to earth. I mean, I felt it before. When I opened up a K camp, it just did that. And everybody was looking at you like, Like that shit will hit you if you've never had it before.
Right.
So so definitely don't worry about being on the same timeline, because if it happened for you later, it was supposed to fucking happen.
Yes.
Almost time like protecting you from yourself to a certain extent. So
absolutely. I think that's really great advice. Before we really end this interview, I want to know, like, what is your process for preparing for a performance?
So, boy, okay, this is what I do. So I've spent thousands of dollars in equipment for me, from all my music stuff. I fucking love performing more than anything in the world. That is what I love to do. And I remember, because I play with a band. My band's obviously not going to be there because they're off going wherever. But for like the sets and stuff like that, I've opened up for people who had bands, and I was like, and it was a clear difference. And I was like, I knew this shit was for me, because I was like, I want to instantly get home and get better. Like I rehearse every day. I rehearse like 6-7 times a day before I came in here, because Deion Sanders has the saying, practice how you play, so when you play it feels like practice. Because even though we got the show next week, I've already done that show 100 times in my head.
That's also advice for a lot of artists who just think that they can just go on stage. And I asked this question because I've always been very interested in artist development.
Yeah.
Most specifically in performance training and stage presence and all that. Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of artists that just don't know that you need to practice, you need to rehearse before you get on stage.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially for rappers too, where you need to have a lot of great breath control. And if you're on stage and now you're just lip syncing or lip rapping or whatever it is, and it's just like it don't,
or playing your tracks behind and you rapping over
and it's like you're off key, like that kind of stuff really irritates me. But but I really do enjoy when I'm watching an artist and they're engaging with their audience. They just look good on stage. Like they know what they're doing. They're not scared. And I know everyone has their different levels of, they're being on that journey of like developing themselves. But yeah, I laugh it because I really care about how people are on stage.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I think for the most part, like that's not like hip hop. When Lil Baby get on stage, his shows are hype. His shows are lit because people know the damn songs. How can you get people engaged in their show when they do not know your music? How do you do that?
Yeah.
That's an art. You can't just get on stage and know how to do that shit. You have to practice. Yeah. Or you're gonna go up there and look stupid. You will. And there's no way around it. And you can tell when somebody looks uncomfortable on stage. You can tell that shit. Yeah. Or when they up there just screaming and hollering the mic, you can tell you trying to overcompensate for not being prepared. And that's what but I've been there before. I've done that. And when I came back, I was like, hell no, I'm not feeling like this again, ever. So I just stay prepared.
Stay prepared. Yes, I absolutely love that. And you know what? Thank you so much for joining me on this show today. I love actually learning more about you and knowing that you have a good head on your shoulders. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining me on When Creators Connect on this a very exclusive interview. I'm just so grateful for you being here. For those of you that are watching, 127 fam, please make sure to join our new Patreon page because there's going to be a lot of exclusive content, a lot of new fun shows that we're going to be doing for creatives here in DFW and beyond. I like saying beyond because I want to take this show other places and just be able to, spread the awareness of just sharing multi-passionate creatives wherever it is that you're doing. People will know about you and who you are. So thank you again. Can you please make sure, tell us where your handles are, where people can find you and your music.
So yeah, on Instagram, 91 Thompson, Twitter, 91 Thompson _. Well, Instagram, 91 Thompson _. They're both Twitter and Instagram. And then TikTok.
You saw on Twitter?
Or X, whatever y'all call it. Whatever y'all calling it. That X bullshit, whatever Elon Musk, what they're doing. Yeah, we still on there. And then TikTok, so we have two. There's 91 and Sway, which that's the one that has like 55,000 followers on that one. And then my new one that I'm doing a lot of the Dirt R&B stuff on is 91.Thompson.
Okay, we're gonna put that all, at the bottom of the screen. For sure. So again, thank you so much for watching. For those of you who know this, remember to do what you love and pay it forward the 127 way.